And the title we are going to share today is about maintaining a healthy and safe diet during the coronavirus era or COVID-19 era. So a brief introduction about my self and short resume or short CV about myself. As I said, I'm working as assistant professor, and I also have doctor position at Jiangsu University, co-PI of several projects, distinguished student, published many, and here is my contact for more information. Then, as I said, I'm from Egypt, so little pictures and a little pictures about my country, the past, civilization, pyramids, sphinx, and the present Nile River, and Dr. Zuhail, he has Nobel Prize in biophysical chemistry before. Then let's move to our presentation today. So the content we are going to share is about the introduction. These are the subtitles. We will talk about it. Introduction, the good nutrition, recommendation, guidelines, post-harvest, and screen. And the keyword we use to prepare such PPT is about coronavirus 19, safety, healthy, and diets. So the first one is the introduction. As we know, all of us, the coronavirus pandemic is causing a lot of changes in our daily life all over the world. However, we have the chance to maintain the healthy lifestyles in such difficult times. But before focusing about the foods or the healthy diets, everyone is encouraged to follow the WHO and governmental advice against coronavirus 19. So the most important two things is the physical distance, around 2 meters between each one, and the second one is the good hygiene. Good hygiene meaning the cleaning using some disinfection and others. So anything else? Yes, of course. Here the good nutrition is needed, and it's very important before and during and even after the infection with coronavirus 19. So what's meaning of good nutrition? The good nutrition meaning you have to eat, or you need some extra energy, nutrients. Then maintaining the healthy diet is very important during such year. But please try to focus about there is no foods or there is no dietary supplements till now could prevent the infection with coronavirus 19. But we and WHO, they said there's some guidelines and there's some recommendations for our immunity system. So some recommendations have been established already, and the country implemented strict lockdown and physical distance regulations have been also measures to prevent and to protect the access of food during the days. So Food and Agriculture Organization and UN sharing the best experience and the best practice for the governments to ensure the food supply during and to be stable during such period. So it's still possible to persuade and consume a healthy diet during COVID-19 or during such time, and I'll also try to make eat right and select the foods we need in such times, and the supplement and dietary in such times. So there are some recommendations, as we said already. FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, share some advices, and you can also follow it. But it concluded to 2 points: try to eat a variety of food, and also try to eat the good food which could make boosting for your immunity system to fighting against the coronavirus 19. So here we are going to share some guidelines for the good practice or for the good nutrition. For the first one is to try to reduce or prevent alcohol. So there is no alcohol during such times, and also try to consume low sodium, and I mean here the salts we use in the food or in the processing, food processing, and also low fat, and also try to reduce or limit the calorie or the sugars. So it's too simple: low fat, low sugar, low sodium, and no alcohol. It's the basic or the principal guidelines we need to follow. Cut back the foods and beverage, and also shift to the healthier food. Consider also the culture and personal preferences to make these shifts easier for everyone. And also, as I said, support healthy eating patterns for all, I mean for children or different ages. And also less than 10% of calorie from added sugars, less than 10% from fats. And here I mean saturated fat, not unsaturated fat. And also consume low sodium, and as I said, there is no alcohol during such difficult times. Anything else about the guidelines? Yes, of course, there are some other guidelines regarding the kind of food we need to focus on such difficult times. Here I make some example about the fruits. We are going to eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables because they have many dietary supplements such as vitamins, minerals, fibers, and all of these ingredients we need during such difficult times. Also, there are comparison. Here I make a comparison between the fresh fruits, fruits and vegetables, and canned or processing vegetables or fruits. So which one we are going to select? And for my opinion, we have to use the fresh one, the fresh fruits and vegetables, instead of canned or processing fresh and vegetables. The question or the point in the food additives, because during the canning or during the processing of food, there are some food additives we have to add during processing such products, such as salts, lipids, preservatives, coloring, and so on. And these food ingredients may be harmful for our immunity system and during such periods. Also, fresh fruit and vegetables is much better than the frozen one. It's much better than the frozen one. So, any other else? Yes, regarding the grain, the cereals products, the nuts, the healthy fat. So somebody may be asking me, what's the meaning of healthy fats? Here I mean the unsaturated fatty acids, including omega-3 and omega-6 and so on, which is rich in some seeds like sesame, peanut, olive oil, and other unsaturated fatty acids. These should be replaced with, should be instead of the saturated fatty acid and the others, butter, oil, and so on. Regarding the grain and the nuts, try to use the whole grain, the meal of the whole grain in your diets, as they have, or as they're rich in dietary fibers, which also could support your immune system. Look, the key point of the functional foods here is the immune system. We are going to boosting our immune system, then we can fighting the coronavirus until the vaccine appear. And also try to calculate your calorie or your substitution during the day, including fat, sugars, salts, how much you eat during the day. And the most important thing is the labels for the products you eat. I mean, how much calorie, how much fats, what the kinds of fats you eat, salts, something like that. So labels also it's much important, and avoid to eat much from such ingredients, and try to focus about the healthy nutrition. The other guidelines regarding here is not regarding with what we have to eat. Here, how to deal with the food before eating. So the good hygiene, it's also needed. I mean, when you bought your fresh fruits or vegetables, you have to make something like washing or soaking or using some acids like acetic acids with low concentration and soaking for 10 or 15 minutes before eating. Then the microbial load and virus load in the surface of such fruits and vegetables could be decreased. And that's meaning, or that's names the good hygiene before eating. Regarding the bakery products, try to use a little temperature for 2 or 3 minutes. For example, you can use the oven or the microwave before eating the bread or the other bakery products. Also, we said, and it's again and again, try to focus about the foods that could boost your immunity, including the herbal, including some medicinal plant, or we called it functional or biofunctional plants, which is rich in many bioactive components, including polyphenols, fibers, pigments, and so on. Then there are 5 keys. There are 5 keys, 5 important keys. The first one is keep clean. Keep clean. Wash your hand, wash your vegetables, fruits before eating. As I said. Second one, separate raw and cooked fruits or vegetables, meat, something like that. Cook thoroughly. Keep food safe in the safe temperatures, because as we know, there are critical, or there are minimum and the maximum temperature for every food. For example, during refrigerator or during freezing, there are a minimum and maximum temperature for your food. So try to keep your food in the safe temperature, far away from the danger zone. And the 5th key is to use the safe water and raw material, because during your eating, maybe you need to treat your foods, you need to cook, you need to soak your food, any other treating, and with such a treating, you can use another ingredient. So try to use the safe ingredient, raw material, and the safe water. That's called the 5 keys to safer foods. What we said, just with what we finished, is called the 5 keys to safer foods. Again, keep clean, separate raw and cooked foods, cook thoroughly, keep food safe in the safe temperature, and use safe water as well as raw materials. Another guidelines, it's very important regarding the water we used. Which water I have to use during such difficult time of coronavirus? First, you need to drink water regularly. Try to drink water regularly during the day, and about 6 to 8 glasses each day. It's enough for adults. Such waters could also make boosting for our immunity system. But here's the question: what kind of water I have to drink? The plain water, or the sweetened or beverage, or another water? Here we have to also focus about the kind of water we drink. So I say drinking plain water is much better than, and it's much safer than the sugar, the sweetened, the other beverage water. Why? Because the other water maybe have sugars, maybe have another food additives, And as we said before, such food additives or sugars maybe also make another load in your in your immunity system. So plain water is much better, and as we said, limit to consuming of alcohol. No beverage or no sweetened waters, as they have some calories, and for the first time we say try to reduce your consumption of sugars. And then here we came to the 9 points before we finished about the safer diets or healthy diets. Here's the 9 key points or 9 golden key points. We need also to focus about it. The first one is ask for smaller portions. When we buy our fruits and vegetables, just to try to buy what you consume, not too much. The second one, love your leftovers. Love your leftovers. The third one, shop smart. Shop smart meaning we needn't to go to the supermarket. Maybe online shopping is okay. Here, the fourth one is buy the ugly fruits and vegetables, and also consume the ugly fruits and vegetables, as they may have low risks, and we consume one by one. Check your fridge. Practice first out. This is called FIFO. First in, first out. Understand the dates and the labels in your food. Turn waste into compost. And the last one is sharing is caring. So all of these are guidelines and recommendations regarding the good nutrition or the safer foods. So any other else regarding our lifestyle? Yes, of course, especially for the children and the kids, because during such difficult time they are pouring. The time is passing very slow. So try to make some activity, fun activity for your kids, and teach them about it. And for yourself, no smoking, exercise regularly, have enough time of sleeping, and minimize and coping with stress. That's concluded to be active, please, and with such exercise, maybe we can fight against coronavirus. The second point is about the post-harvest, and here I focus about just 2 points for functional food. The first one before we eating fruits and vegetables, and second one after we eating the functional foods. So before we eating or before we treating with such vegetables and fruits, there are a term, it's called post-harvest. And during post-harvest, because as I said, we need to eat the fresh fruits and vegetables, but fresh fruits and vegetables may have high risk in their surface, may have high microbial load or virus infection or something like that. And to solve that, we have to wash it. But there are other kinds of solving. It's called edible or functional coating. With functional coating, with functional coating we use some functional materials, like what I used in my previous paper in 2016, if I remember. Here I use that cytosine with some bioactive components, especially the polyphenols, and then I could make coating for apple and strawberry, and then I stored for 1 month or something like that. And I found that with using some materials, the microbial load and fungal infection or virus could be limited or could be decreased. Of course, I made some experiment related to the in vitro and the in vivo antibacterial and antifungal properties for my edible films, and I found it could be reduced. The second one, quickly, is to screening about what kind of functional foods or what kind of functional ingredients exactly, or components bioactive components, whatever you named it, what kind of bioactive components could reduce or could fight or could inhibit or have any functional rules against the coronavirus. Then in 2020, recently, we make survey. For example, here we published paper about the anthocyanine. We make a survey about 10 kinds of different structure anthocyanins, and we found that there are some anthocyanins, especially in berry fruit, berries such as strawberry, blueberry, and others. Such components, they have a limited or they have some inhibition activity against the coronavirus infection. And besides, it also could boosting your immunity system and then fighting against coronavirus. Another paper also in 2020 by using tannins. We also make survey for 19 tannins, and also the main results found that there are 1 tannins could also make interaction with some enzymes of coronavirus, and such interaction could limit the or inhibit the coronavirus in our body. And here now we are going to make the experimental or in vitro analysis for our theoretical, because both of those paper are in silico analysis, and currently we are preparing for the in vitro analysis for our component. So just we focused about the post-harvesting for fruits and vegetables, and then make details about what components the fruit and vegetables have that could be inhibit or that could help us during such difficult time. That's all from my side, and if you have any question, inquire, you are warmly welcome to ask.